How's it going, guys? It's Ryan here, and welcome to this day of release kind of overlook of the new Wildy-worms and lava Strykewyrms that were just released. So basically, as I run there and try it out for the first time ever and probably get killed, because that's generally what's happening right now, I'm going to talk a little bit about the new level 85 weapons that came out, what I think, which ones I think are going to be more valuable or more useful, as well as the Wildy-worm boss. First off, the boss requires level 94 Slayer to kill, has 1 million life points, so it's basically designed to be killed in a massive team. And looking at the drop table, the drops aren't amazing. They're decent, but they're not the best. So yeah, I don't really know how frequently this thing's going to be killed, but I think it would be fun to get together with a massive team and do 1 million damage. So yeah, now I'm going to talk about the lava Strykewyrms. The lava Strykewyrms also require level 94 Slayer to kill, and the big one is they drop the pieces to make the level 85 weapons. Now, the level 85 weapons are kind of interesting because some of them are going to be good and some of them are not going to be good. First, I'm going to talk about the lava whip. The lava whip is a level 85 one-handed weapon, which is a little bit iffy because there aren't any level 85 offhand, so it might be a bit of a struggle. In terms of value, it's probably going to be one of the lower valued ones just because it's only one-handed. But yeah, still not a major issue. You know what, I'm going to go this way because I think it's going to be really busy, so let's go this way. Okay, so far we're testing out these things, and I'm sure I'm going to get PK'd at some point. No, run. And apparently if you get hit by that, you get hit by like 5,000 to 6,000. It's not good at all. But yeah, I am excited that they're in single-way combat, because if they were in multi, I mean, it would be even worse news. They've got a ton of hit points, and they're generally a challenging Slayer creature to kill, which is exciting, and it's also exciting that they're in the deep wilderness run. No! Yep, there's the hit there. 4.6k, and it took off my prayers. So yeah, definitely these things are a challenge to kill. Let's salute. They also drop the Searing Ashes. These Searing Ashes are the equivalent to Frost Dragon Bones, but they are not Frost Dragon Bones. They are, they're ashes, obviously, but they work the same way. They'll give you the same experience. I'll use one right now as a Frost Dragon Bone. Like, I got it. This one, got it. Get this one. Get it. There we go. Alright, we got another spawn. So I'm going to back up this way. I'm going to be really careful and try not to die while I talk about the Strike Bow. So the Strike Bow is a level 85, and here's the interesting part, shield bow. I know, I said it, it's a shield bow. But on first inspection, that looks like fucking garbage. It's a shield bow. Shield bows are horrible. But there's a catch, and it's a really interesting catch. Because shield bows are generally shit and have less damage and everything else. Look at that Pker getting chased off. Good job, Mr. Monzer. But because shield bows are generally pretty crap, what they've done is they've added a special effect which basically reflects damage that you take, which basically means the more damage you're taking, the better this bow is going to be. So in some high-level PvM situations such as Araxor, this shield bow could actually be extremely worthwhile. Situationally dependent, obviously, but could be very worthwhile. So yeah, that's really interesting pricing-wise. If it's useful for Araxor, I feel like they'll be immensely popular and everyone will be using them. I might even get my hands on one, but yeah, it totally depends on on how useful this reflecting damage ability is. Because ideally, it would basically make the damage, kind of bring it back up to earth, back to a normal level 85 two-handed weapon. The problem with it, though, is that it's only going to be useful in situations where you're going to be taking a lot of damage. Oh, come on, I totally dodged that. Because in a situation where you're not going to be taking a lot of damage, well, having a damage reflectability isn't really going to make up for the lost DPS. So I'm thinking some PvM situations, maybe Calphite King, maybe Nex, might be really cool for a Calphite King tank, because as a shield bow, it also counts as a shield. So you can Voke and use shield abilities with it. So that's really cool. But yeah, that's the Strike Bow. Now the third weapon, which I think is going to be by far the most expensive and worthwhile and everything else. Oh, let's see how many coins this is. 21k, I'll take it. But yeah, the last weapon, which I think is going to be the most useful, most valuable, and I actually want to get my hands on one, is the Staff of Darkness. Now, what is the Staff of Darkness? It's a two-handed level 85 weapon, so it's basically a level 85 Noxious Staff. So it's going to be slightly worse than a Noxious Staff, but at the same time it's going to be a lot cheaper. It's not going to totally break the bank. Right now they're going for about 100 mil, but I guarantee you they will go down. It's just kind of a day of release rush type of deal. But yeah, so far these things are pretty challenging to kill. I mean, if I had full legit Slayer gear, they wouldn't be too hard, but obviously I'm in the wilderness, so I could only take 3 items, which does make it quite a bit more challenging. But so far I'm really enjoying these things, and yeah, I'm sure this trip's gonna end by me getting PK'd by someone. But still, at this point, we're just checking out the drops, 3 charms at a time, 21k cash. The drops actually look quite nice. There's some 5 noted Searing Ashes as well. But yeah, so far I'm super, super excited for this update. Hopefully you guys learned something about some of these new items and things. I need to repot because otherwise I feel like you need to be potted for these. They are one of the highest level Slayer creatures in the game. I would say they're the hardest to kill Slayer creature in the game by a long shot. But they're quite enjoyable, and I really like that they're getting people into the wilderness. And I'm also really excited to try and, probably with a couple friends, try and take on the Wildy Worm. Like the big one. The big boy. But yeah, right now, in terms of gear, you can range and mage works very well. You probably don't want to melee unless you have to. Simply because if you're meleeing, running away. Simply because if you're trying to melee them, they've got a melee attack as well, so it just makes it harder to pray properly. But yeah, there's another kill. And I would love to get lucky right now, but I think it's still good just to see some of the drops. 8 Addy Ore. It looks like every general drop is going to be quite nice. These are going to be great for Slayer XP. They're just going to be monsters for the gains. So yeah, that's kind of an outlook on the Lava Strykewyrms. Those are the 3 staves, and the Lava Strykewyrms drop the pieces to make the staves, so it's not just the boss that drops the pieces, it's these guys as well, hence why everyone is camping these right now. But yeah, in non-2400 plus worlds, there's a ton of PKing going on, so you need to be really careful if you want to check these out. Like I said before, 94 Slayer. But yeah, it could be worthwhile to check out. They're actually pretty fun to kill. I'm actually enjoying it. You need to pay attention, but not so much attention that it's tedious. They hit pretty hard, and it's almost like, it feels a little bit like Glacors, where it's kind of like a PVM related boss more than just a boss. Like, they're shooting sideways and you can like run away and shit. It's kind of cool. Pull out, pop up, use this thing. But yeah, range and mage is what I'd recommend to kill these guys, and you want to be praying mage because he uses the mage attack a lot more. So as you can see, some more Searing Ashes. We'll try and sell some of these after just to see what they're worth. I'm assuming they're probably not worth too much. They're probably plenty in the game at this point. But yeah, so far so good. I'm really enjoying these things, and yeah, I'll resume recording if I manage to get a drop. I'm sure I won't, because I'm not going to be here for too long, because someone's going to show up and try and kill me, I presume, very soon. Oh shit! They've got a stomp attack if you walk under them, so don't walk under them, as I just learned the hard way there. And yeah, so far we're taking them on pretty well. I'm hoping I still have some sharkses. Oh, you fucker! All right. Let's run away then. You really want to go? I've got Death Lotus darts, brah. Oh man, I'm gonna die. I have no more sharks. I'm gonna die. I should have run south. Why did I do that backwards? I'm an idiot. Yeah, so it looks like I'm gonna die right up here. Unless I make it to this thing. Honestly, there's a small amount of chance. There's a little bit of hope in me yet. This would be like the escape of the century if I make it out. Go! Hop on the thing! Yes! We hopped on the thing! Oh, get wrecked, son. And Edgeville away! Boom! Escaped. Escapade. Out of food. Which is good because now I can actually sell some of these things. So I will be back in a second at the G just to give you guys a little bit of a selling. But yeah, I will call this a guide because, I mean, I went there, I showed you guys how they hit their attacks, I talked about the drops. Obviously, it's a day of release guide, and people get mad at like a month's time when they're like, oh my god, but you didn't say that you can use anticipation and they won't go under you and stuff like that. It's like, dude, day of release shit. But yeah, if you were looking to do these, and you got the 94 Slayer, absolutely go for it. If you want to boost, you can eat a wild pie at level 89 Slayer, and you'd be able to kill these things. So, yeah, they're also assigned by Citadel and Morvran, and they actually give you 1,404 Slayer XP per kill, which is really, really nice. It's pretty great. So yeah, anyways, I'm going to try and sell some of these ashy things, and actually let's just sell one and just see what the price is. What are they going for right now? I'm assuming quite a bit. Yeah, 8.5k. So that's quite hefty. Yeah, so let's make some cash off those. Like I said, they are very, very good in terms of ashes to scatter, which is why the price is so high. But yeah, they're looking like they're going to be great for charms. They're great for money making. If you get lucky, you get really, really lucky. Obviously, it's a very rare drop to get the Worm Spike, the Worm Heart, and the Worm Scalp. But other than that, you get lots of rune items. You get Dragon Bolt's E, you can get Onyx Bolt's E, Gold Addy, Magic Logs, Black Dragon Hide. The other thing I didn't talk about is the Fury Shark. The Fury Shark is something that used to be in the game a really, really long ass time ago, and they've re-released it. It's basically, and I was really hoping to get one because they're not super rare, it's basically the best food in the game, I think. It heals 280 life points. So what it does, it's kind of like the Juju Gumbo, if you know what that is. Basically, you eat it, it heals 230, which is the same as a Rocktail, and then over the next couple seconds, it heals you the rest, which is really cool. But yeah, anyway guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Hopefully you enjoyed, and best of luck out there.